Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Builders Diaries, where I build a business and a body at the same time. Today, I'm going to be talking about the body mostly. I might mention one thing about the business, but this is focused on the body. I just got back from a biomeridian scan with one of my friends who's a holistic health practitioner. And I do these, this is my third one I've done over the last year or so. And it's really interesting the information it gave me. And the information it gave me kind of solidified what I did in my challenge. So I really, really wanted to share with you guys because I'm so excited about this. All right, let's get into it. So I just did a biomeridian scan. And if you don't know what that is, it's a bioenergetic biomeridian device. So it's hard to explain it a little bit, but it's a non-invasive way to really get a good picture of what's going on inside the body. It's a holistic tool that holistic practitioners will use. A lot of functional nutritionists will use, functional medicine practitioners use. A lot of people have used it before. I'd heard about it before. I had never really done one until last year. I went and I did my first scan last year, and I was blown away by the information that they gave me. So all it is it's this little device in this machine that you hold. You hold the handles, and we are energy, we are frequency. That's all we are. Everything in our body, we're just frequency or energy. And so the device will measure the energy from different systems in the body, different organs, different areas, different things, like acupressure, like all these things. So it just is measuring that energy. And is it too much energy? Is it too low? Like, where is it at? So it will identify issues in the body, a lot of different issues in the body. So it can tell you what types of foods you should be eating and what types of foods you should avoid. It can tell you, all different systems in your body, your different health of what's going on. Lots of information. I think the first time I did it, it actually pinpointed a tooth that I had too much plaque on. So it can get like crazy detailed. It told me exactly my spine, like the areas of my spine that I should do chiropractic care, so very interesting. And it also talks on emotions too. So it brought up last time, I think I can't remember the emotion that came up last time, but I had a mantra that I had to say and I had to kind of work through that emotion. And it's just really crazy. So I did it again today. Yesterday I was sitting at work and I was like, I need to do one of these scans. And my diet's been very clean. I've been really consistent with my diet after the challenge. I've been still eating very much, almost 100% raw. I'm still kind of eating a little bit of cooked food here and there. I've had like 2 or 3 cooked meals out, and I am eating ceviche and I am eating poke. So I have had some raw fish. I haven't really had any cooked fish, but I haven't been 100% vegan, on this. So I was really curious to see, okay, what foods are going to come up for me? Are there any foods that I shouldn't be eating right now? Are there foods that I should be eating? Because I've kind of been having some stomach problems. Like my stomach hasn't been feeling very good lately. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, I'm really curious to see what's going on. Like, is it because I'm eating more protein now? Like, what is this thing? And nothing came up for me for food, which is, good and bad, I guess. Cause I was like, oh, other than like dairy and eggs, like, cause I cannot eat those things. Those are definitely not good with my body, but nothing out of the ordinary came up in my food. She says that I should include more spinach. I definitely need a little bit more K2. My minerals were like perfect. And I was like, of course they are. Like the raw food diet, you guys, like you are not lacking nutrition. Like there is no lack of nutrition. If you do it right and you eat a wide range of foods, you are getting so many vitamins and nutrients, like so many. But I hadn't really eaten a lot of spinach, and I think I was eating a lot more romaine, and I hadn't really had that much kale. So my K2 was a little low, but that was the only one that popped for me. And so she was like, yeah, just add a little bit more, spinach, kale, get some dark leafy greens in there and do that a little bit more. I'm like, okay, cool. What else? I actually took notes on what she told me. So I was also really curious because last time I scanned in December, I had liver flukes show up in my body. And I was like, cool, do I still have liver flukes? And liver flukes are basically little parasites that are in the liver. And it's something I had in the past, like before. I pulled them out of my body a while ago and they showed up in December. And I was like, well, whatever, I'll figure it out later, because I didn't want to go back into a detox. I had just gotten done with a very long, heavy metal detox. And I was like, I'm not going to go back into doing that. Like, I'm just going to keep, I don't want to be on a challenge right now. I don't want to be like in a diet right now. So I didn't do anything. And then obviously I jumped into my 6-week raw food and weightlifting challenge, and I was eating 100% raw food and taking a ton of spirulina and chlorella. And I was detoxing the body, you guys. Like, you can detox the body just by eating raw food. And I proved that. So I do not have any liver flukes in my body anymore. They're not showing up whatsoever, but I am resonating with a couple parasites in the gut. And she said they're very normal parasites in the gut, but I would probably benefit from a parasite cleanse. And that's true. I haven't gone through a parasite cleanse for a year. I think if you're eating meat and fish and all that kind of stuff, you should go through a parasite cleanse at least twice a year. And so for me, probably need to do that 100%. I need to go through that. She told me that I probably should add some bentonite clay and some other things in for my gut, which might be good. But the big thing that's probably causing the issues is I've got a lot of fungal conditions going on, a lot of fungus. So candida type conditions in the gut. That's not new to me. I've known about this for a long time. And so it's funny because she was like, you probably shouldn't eat fruit, but she knows that you can't tell that to me. I'm not going to not do that, but it's me being mindful of how I'm eating the fruit. So for right now, I got to be really careful about food combining, you guys. I don't want to mix fruit with other foods. I don't want to eat a heavier meal and then eat fruit at night, like as a dessert. So I got to be really careful about how I'm mixing my fruit because I don't want the fruit to ferment in my body and cause more fungal issues. That's the problem with the fruit. It's not the fruit in general. It's how you're eating the fruit. And are you creating fungal conditions in the body with the fruit? I was, and I know I was. I haven't been properly food combining. I know I haven't. I've been throwing whatever in a blender and drinking that, and then maybe having a mango like late at night. So I know I haven't been good about it. So I definitely need to be more mindful of it. I'm going to take a product that she's recommending. It's a homeopathic product. It's like a Candigard or something. I'm not sure what it was, but what else? And then she also said that I should take red clover. So red clover is good for your hormones. So for estrogen, it helps the body. It's got calcium in it as well. So red clover is an herb I'm just going to add in just to help support the body. I am in that, perimenopause age, getting into that age. I am in that age. I'm 41 years old, so supporting the hormones and supporting the body, not a bad thing. I don't mind adding in red clover. I'll do that. Ginger. I definitely tested for ginger. She's like, your body wants ginger and your body wants a lot of ginger. So I'm going to add in a lot of ginger shots, more ginger. I'll probably be adding ginger into my smoothies, adding ginger into, salad dressings, just adding more ginger into the diet. Ginger and spinach are probably two things I'm going to be focusing on that I wasn't really eating a lot of before. And then it was interesting that it pinpointed some emotions for me, and a lot of the emotions that I've been talking about in this series, and just kind of that frustration and stress and all of the emotions that have kind of come up in the series, they all came up in that scan. And it's almost like very hard for me to do these scans and these health things because it's like I'm naked in front of this practitioner, and I got to really trust that practitioner that I'm doing health stuff with, because they see everything. She sees some deep stuff, and especially with these scans, like the emotional stuff that comes up from these scans, like, yeah, it's like naked, it's like, whoa, you literally saw these fears that I have inside that nobody sees. And she saw that, so I'm like, yep. And it's kind of not embarrassing, but it's hard when she's like, oh, okay, I see this, and I'm like, yeah, I am dealing with that, and it's funny and it's interesting. But well, with the scan, I'm going to do next. We have 1 week. She's going to go through the results. She's going to give me more details. I'm going to get a lot more details around everything I need, get a really detailed protocol around what I should do. And then I'm probably going to put myself through a parasite cleanse, you guys, and probably go through kind of a fungal parasite combo cleanse of what I would do. And I know what to do because I am a trained regenerative detoxification specialist. It's very easy for me to detox the body. I don't need to do a ton of things. I got to figure out how I want to go about this one. If I want to, it's all about how much money you want to spend, because you can do this on any level. It's just how much money do I really want to spend and what kind of products do I really want to take? So I think that's what I'm going to figure out over the next week or so. I will share with you guys what I am going to do for a detox to get rid of the fungus and the candida and the parasites out of my gut. I'll share that, I guess. Why not? But I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do right now. So we'll see. And then, I've got another meeting with her in a week and just kind of move forward and get more information about this. But it was pretty cool. It's interesting. So if you guys have an opportunity to do one of these bioenergetic biomeridian scans, the machine that she uses is a Quest 4. It's QUST4, I believe. But you can go online and you can find a practitioner that way, and you can find people that are actually certified to do this, because it's like this $15,000 machine that you have to have and hold and do all these things. And I would love to have one of these, because, man, my health would be perfect if I had a device to tell me like everything that's going on. Like, oh, that'd be awesome. But oh yeah, and one more thing too. So I'm pretty sure I brought this up. I did bring this up in the series. A couple of weeks ago, I was really tired. Like, I was really, really, really tired. And I was just like, okay, there's definitely something going through the office. There's sickness going through the office, like COVID or something. And then come to find out a few days later, there was a lot of people sick in the office. I just didn't know. I wasn't really working on the same side as them. So it was weird, because sickness doesn't hit me in a sickness. I never felt sick at all. I was just really tired. Like, I went to bed at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday, like so tired. I didn't want to do anything. And so she was like, hey, she's like, have you been sick lately? And I was like, no. I was like, but I was really, really tired and probably something in my body. And she was like, yeah, there's bacterial infection in your body. So I guess some sort of sinus respiratory infection. And I was like, yeah, I think that's what everybody had in the office. So it's funny because these viruses can come into your body, but if your terrain and everything inside of your body is good and everything's functioning right, it can come into your body and actually not even affect you whatsoever. And then eventually it'll leave, if I can get the detox to kind of get the stuff out of the body and clean the body out a little bit deeper. But it's funny because, and even I think COVID even popped up in there too. I was like, yeah, I think COVID was in the office a couple of weeks ago too, but I never had any sort of symptoms. I never felt bad whatsoever. I don't feel anything. I feel great. Like I don't, and even my numbers, even my biometric numbers aren't even off. It's just, I felt tired and I got the sleep and then I was fine. So kind of crazy because when you take care of the body, it functions differently than other people's bodies. Like it's crazy how my health functions now, because I used to get sick probably every 2 weeks. You guys, I was always sick. I was constantly sick. I had bronchitis constantly. Like, so it's interesting to me because I'm like, I used to be sick constantly and I used to eat crappy, like really, really crappy. But now it's like, I'm very mindful of what I put in my body. I'm very mindful of all of that. And even the practitioner, she was like, your skin looks amazing. She's like, your skin looks great. Like whatever you're doing is working, and that's what a lot of people tell me, like whatever I'm doing is working. And I'm like, you can do it too. Like, it's not just for me. It's not a special diet just for me. Like, it's very easy to do this. I don't spend tons of time meal prepping. I don't spend tons of time, cooking and thinking about all the stuff. Like, it's very easy to just eat fruit, so it was interesting with her though, because when you're trained in the holistic field, you don't really understand that eating 100% fruit can get rid of candida. You're told that you shouldn't eat any fruit if you have candida. And I was just like, oh, okay. Cause she's like, yeah, maybe you want to cut with the fruit. And I was like, you don't get it, but, I get it. I understand. I know what to do. So I will be doing that. I'll be sharing that coming up soon. I guess I'm kind of excited. It just means I'm going in a detox. It means more fruit, more raw food for me, which is cool. But I don't know. I'm going to get out some foods, I think, this weekend, maybe some gluten foods and, some bad foods, some plant-based foods, obviously I'm going to keep it plant-based, I'm going to keep it vegan. But, and there's another thing too, she said also is, cause I've been eating fish and I would like to go back to kind of cutting that out and just being 100% vegan, but she thinks that I shouldn't. She thinks I should definitely keep the fish in my diet. She thinks that it's doing good things for my body. So I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't believe that. I actually don't think that it's going to over a long term, going to do good things to your body. I think it's only going to hurt your body, but I don't know. It's not hurting me now and I like it. So I'm going to keep it for now. We'll see, but I am going to be going through the parasite cleanse, and she doesn't think that the parasites are coming from the raw fish that I'm eating, like a ton of it. She was like, it's not like a huge high level. So it's not like you're getting parasites from everything you're eating, and that's very normal because we get parasites, what are you going to do? Not have a dog, like not eat any fruits and vegetables because you get it from all these things, so it's just something that it's normal to happen. You just have to have the body to be able to detox and push it out, So yeah, but that's my body update for you guys is bioenergetic health testing, which is really cool because I don't even really need to do blood work because this is so freaking accurate. Like I've done blood work, I've done iridology, I've done all the things, and like this gives me the exact same information, if not more information than blood work actually gives me. So I don't really pull blood work. I mean, I can pull blood work, but I don't really see the need to pull blood work, especially because my scan was really good. Like she was really impressed. I mean, almost everything that was low before is actually better now. My heavy metals are almost non-existent. My liver has barely any toxins. It's only just the dental toxins in my liver. So it's cool to see, like I'm on a pretty good level right now. I don't really have any need to actually pull the blood work. There's not really any more deeper questions that I need to ask. I just need to do some deep work. I got to get some fungus and parasites out of my body. But it's cool. Like I don't have mold. I don't have, EMF toxins, and that's kind of cool. So, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. But this goes to show you that you can be super freaking healthy. You can be raw food. You can be, the pinnacle of health and eat something, do something, be exposed to something, and it can just, take your health backwards. And it was interesting to me because I think I learned that health is just like fitness. And it took a while to learn this, because you can work so hard and have like this pinnacle, perfect level of health. And you get to this like amazing level of health, just like fitness, where you work really hard and you get this amazing body. And then you kind of just like fall off and eat whatever, go whatever. And then or get exposed to something and it's like, you get stepped back. You eat whatever, you get stepped back. You gain some weight. You get exposed to mold and then it takes your health down. So it's crazy because it's not something that like you get and you can keep. You never can keep your fitness and you never can keep your health level. Like it's always going to change, especially because of the toxic world we live in today. But it's all right. Our bodies detox us and they are working for us and they're designed to work for us. They're designed to keep us in health, but we have to give them in the right conditions to do that. So that's my rant on health, I guess. But I'll update you guys. I'm going to learn more next Wednesday about kind of deeper stuff about what was going on in the body and then more of my protocol. So I'll probably share my protocol. Why not? It is my personal protocol, so it's not something I recommend to everybody if you have it because it's super personalized because I was able to do that with the scan. I highly recommend getting a super personalized health thing. Work with somebody that can look at your eyes, work with someone that can pull your blood work. I can do both of those things. If you want someone to work with you, I can do that. I'm actually doing iridology for that practitioner. She wanted me to look at her eyes, so she gave me a discount and I'm looking at her eyes. So kind of cool because I didn't have to pay very much for this bioenergetic scan and I'm going to look at her eyes, which is cool because I love looking at eyes and she's got some good ones for me to look at, but cool. So on to the business, just real quick. Not really any updates. Today is the last day of my fear of missing out fire sale. Basically, I told my entire email list, I've been kind of shooting out a campaign saying, hey, I'm raising the price. Get this while it's still a low price. I'm raising the price of my challenge. I'm raising the price. Nobody has bought it. So today is the last day and the price goes up. I got the blast that went out this morning saying, hey, the price goes up tonight, blah, blah, blah. Still nobody has bought it. So, that is what it is. But I'm going to throw it into ads. That's the next thing is ads. So this weekend is get the ads up, likely started for Monday and just see if I can get some sales that way because organic isn't really working very well for me right now. I don't know. I've been really focused just on blogging and doing these YouTubes and doing YouTube reels and kind of just getting out there, getting my face and getting my name out there for people. And it's a lot of work to do. It's hard to grow a business on the side and also be a business coach for your friend and also work a full-time job. It's not very easy. But it's all right. It's cool. Not that much stress. It's this is the fun part. It's funny is every time I feel like I have stress, it's like I have to take a step back and say, no, Kelly, this is the journey. This is the exciting part. This is the part that I'm going to look back and be like, yeah, that struggle of me working so hard and, battling all these or juggling all these different things in my life and not being able to have a social life like everybody else and not really dating like everybody else, all these things and these sacrifices I've made, it's all going to be worth it. And this is what the part that I'm going to look back on. And I don't want this part to be that much of a challenge. I want it to be fun, And so I have to kind of step back and think, okay, how can I make this part fun? Because this growing through this part, this learning and this part, it has to happen, And so why be miserable in it? Why not make it fun? And so every day I try to think, okay, how can I make this more fun? How can I make my day more fun? And how can I make this journey and this part of getting to where I want to be more fun? Because that's all it's all about, you guys. Make it fun, right? All right, guys. Take care, and I will check in soon.